All right, everybody, welcome back to the second hour of Torchbearer, the Sunless Citadel. We just had a riddle off leaving town with some debt collectors, and now we are ready to proceed again. All right, guys, so what do we want to do?
I'd say let's head on straight back into the dungeon. I mean, we got business to do.
Right, we're on the map. We could just use it and go back to where we were.
We need to travel.
Yeah, technically we're not on the map. We're not yet. Like the map begins at the top of the ravine,
Can
like
we,
where
can
we
we
came
do
down.
a cartographer test to be on the map?
No, I mean
you
we
would-
could. But
You would have to make it back to
To
So,
where
yeah,
the
so-
rope is. Right?
So from what I
Don't
understand,
we-
right? That's no.
One thing I forgot to know, you level up when you go into town, right? While you're in town, you can't level up anymore. So I'm saving all these beautiful Fate and Persona points till next time.
Arundel is still injured and feels that the climb might be a bit difficult, but he still has a poultice that he got from Grice a while ago, and still hasn't gotten around to using. So maybe this would be a nice moment to try and recover.
You can't recover in the adventure phase.
yeah,
No, you
yeah,
can't.
We camp.
I
No,
was
we
thinking
can-
only during camp. Or
Yeah.
yeah. And
Yep. Sorry.
any checks you had are now gone.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
oh, really?
Yeah.
You're-
You're basically
Because
screwed.
I had-
Be careful.
You were
Well,
saving
the thing
one.
was, I was saving one for like earning advancement by helping.
You didn't do it.
But if it never came up,
No, because
lost.
I could have used it while I was helping Grice, for instance, with the attack. But I figured, it's gonna stay. But sure, now I know.
Oh,
Sorry.
we'll give you a hug. And
Oh.
so
no, but it's fine. I don't mind.
you're injured. How are you injured? Because I don't remember. What's the actual injury?
I can't even remember how I.
Is it the stump of the head?
By Grice's sling bullet.
yeah.
Oh
yeah.
god, that's like one of those injuries.
You're carrying the guilt poultice.
I
Really.
I can't determine whether Grover is actually insulting him or not. Just does Matt know you can just suck it up?
No, you
Well, it's
can. Like
I know
you
it's an
can
actual.
totally do that. Now the thing is, if we had a minute, I could try to heal you, but we really really that needs to be in a camp. I
Yeah,
think.
no, but but it's fine. It's just this would have been a good moment, but I'll wait.
Yeah.
It's fine. Carry on.
No, just
Let's
suck
carry
it
on.
up. I don't know what it is, but you can just do it. Look it up. Sucking it up. At any point after being up to have your character suck it up, cauterize the wound with a hot iron and some wine, and get back on your feet. The GM reduces a health, nature, or a health-based skill by 1d, but the overall penalty is removed and the condition is cleared. Erase all pass and fail advances for the affected ability or skill.
It's
Okay.
It's a really
That's
useful. It's a really useful option to have, but right now you're holding a poultice for recovery.
Yeah.
You've got a healer, who has an instinct to heal you, and the fact that if I fail to heal you, you get that result anyway. You get that suck it up result anyway.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
so it's fine.
But if death is on the line, you want to suck it up, right? I don't know. I'm guessing that making it back to the dungeon probably not going to be running the risk of death.
Nah.
But maybe
It's
that's
fine.
true.
It's fine.
No, but you have to make it back to the You actually have to make yours back to the ledge and everything like that, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll be fine.
So how long were you guys in town? Fully? 2 days?
At least
Yeah, we slept once, so that'd be 2 days.
2 days.
Didn't Grice recover from an injury? It should be more than that. You were really sick, right?
I was sick. I didn't sweat it out the first night. I didn't manage
Wait.
to clear it, recover it naturally. And then the next day, I applied herbal medicine and had some sort of fever dream it cured my illness.
All right,
Yeah.
yeah. So let's do that.
So we
Feel
were like,
free. Let's
tonight,
keep
It was
it
more,
or
yeah.
something like
It was more magical. Yeah. Okay. So I don't know if there's a Die of Fate in here, but there is. I feel like right now I need to do a Die of Fate for whatever I'm thinking. Just want
What
to
do you
see.
think?
Why?
No, don't worry about it. Okay, it's fine. I didn't get it.
It's
It's
never
fine.
good
No.
thoughts.
Yeah. Okay. No,
Pay
you
no
guys make it
attention.
back. You guys will make it back to the beginning of the dungeon. So from remember way back when we arrive at a sort of like ravine that's sort of like fractured into the earth. There's a couple of those old goblin stakes that say "Death to Trespassers." There's an old rope, or actually, I think now there's a new rope. Like you guys, or did you use the same rope? I don't remember.
I thought it was a fairly new rope.
It was
I
a
thought
rope
we
from a
used
couple
my
months
rope
ago.
to
Yeah.
get down.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah, it was a rope from a couple months ago from the adventurers you guys were tracking down.
Oh.
But no, you're there. You're again. You guys got a full pack, but you have to make it down that rope again. So
We can't do the lovely map warp now
Yes.
because we're
Yeah,
at the
that-
spot
now
where
would be like a great time to elide everything, and because we are on the map,
you are now on the map. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we could just like
Teleport.
skip over. Like we get a little montage of us climbing down and progressing through the sort of the landing through down the stairs into the Sunless Citadel itself.
Yeah.
Like
Gilly making sure that
past the kobold,
sneaking
Rude.
by kobold.
Yeah.
crossing the trap room. Where do we want to go? Like that's the question.
Maybe just the circular hole so we can go down there.
where you burned those saplings.
Yeah.
I think that
Well,
room.
we remember seeing the ring the last time.
That's at the end of the trap room.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we left Balsog.
Yeah.
Well, parts of Balsog.
So you're gonna pick up the ring, essentially.
Yeah, we're heading there.
You guys have left it there for 2 days. How are you sure it's still gonna be there?
We ain't.
We
We're
don't.
gonna look for it.
Okay, you want to look for it. Okay. Well then,
Yeah.
you guys are around the trap room area where it dropped, where you thought it would have dropped.
What does it look like? How has stuff changed in the 2 days?
It definitely looks like things have been combed over. Things that looks like people have bodies have moved, especially since the fighting between the kobolds and the goblins, right? There are far fewer goblins. Looks like all the goblins have basically fled. In some way that you don't know yet. There are a lot of like corpses strewn about. Yeah, if you're going to look for the ring, I'm going to need you guys. You're going to have to search for it.
All right. I can scavenge for it.
But is it scavenging, or wouldn't it make more sense to track to like either scout or track? I'm not hunt. Sorry, tracking is not a skill, but either someone hunt for tracks or scout for tracks to see if someone took it.
Scouting is
so-
used for finding hidden things.
Yeah.
So I
scout
feel
sounds
like
good.
scouting does make more sense than
Even if it's like a
scavenging.
tiny item that might be anywhere in this room, it seems weird.
I mean, finding a tiny item in a room is already a pretty difficult obstacle without telling you what it is yet until we settle it.
Yeah, but
right?
how does I don't see how that would be scout and not scout. It doesn't matter. Whatever. Just
A scout is adept at spotting and tracking monsters, sneaking behind enemy lines, trailing targets, and finding hidden things.
Yeah, for me the distinction is that it's a specific thing rather
it's not
than
hidden.
like any jewelry, any good loot, anything that will burn. That would definitely be scavenger.
The difference
Yeah,
between
yeah,
like if
scout is
this was
more, I need
D&D,
to stuff.
if this is D&D 5th edition, the difference between investigate and perception.
Yeah. All right. No. Fine.
Okay.
Arundel, why don't you sit down and let me take care of this. I'll find the ring.
Okay.
Boy.
It was my idea though to scout.
Anyone have any light right
Yeah,
now?
that's right. Yeah. Oh, it's your idea.
Is light a thing?
Grice has a torch lit.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I'll give you guys a torch. Like, doesn't cost anything to get going.
Yeah, I mean I have a tinderbox, so like I can light a torch unless the weather's particularly bad or like it's a
No, you're
real
underground.
time pressure. Then
Yeah. No, you can. Yeah, exactly. So there's no rush to light a torch here. So you light up a torch, and I guess you're providing dim light to. Torches provide good light to 2 people and dim light to others, or is it one person gets good light and another person gets dim light? Torch light to 2 people and dim light to 2 other people in the last 2 turns.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So then I would presume that Gilly then would have good light, so that's not a factor to this test. To
be fair, it was Arundel who suggested to do the thing, so
oh, you're right.
I was too late in sort of suggesting that I'd do the thing.
Yeah, I mean, Arundel, you did say you were going to look around for it.
Yeah.
So this would be on you, Arundel. Obviously, you can still play up and ask for people for help or whatever, but
I wouldn't. Well, I mean, it makes sense if Gilly wants to help me, of course. Around because he's better at looking at lower things.
Yeah. Now, what I could allow, I could allow this actually to, if you wanted to, Paulo. I feel like Descartes' thing, always scouting the corners or whatever. This could actually have played into that. If you wanted to do this alone and not count against the grind, then you wouldn't get help because no one else would have an instinct. But I feel like that could trigger.
Corners for an ambush.
Yeah. While you were looking for an ambush, it could have been like you could have uncovered this or something. You are scouting, right? You're in the process of scouting. Okay.
Sure,
no.
I guess. I mean,
but that would just mean that it wouldn't count against the grind, but no one else could help you.
Yeah, we've got grind for days.
Yeah.
Why not?
We're gonna camp soon anyway to get rid of Arundel's injury, right? So let's.
No, actually, wouldn't he actually have to do a scout because it's a new place and he went into an area? Wouldn't he actually want to scout the place for danger? You don't scout only when there's the possibility of danger from me of a GM. Yeah. You would scout any time, right? So like
just to make sure
basically you should be rolling way more scout tests.
I get a
and failing
scout
them,
test anytime.
essentially.
But it's player choice. It's not like
it's player choice
as determined by the fiction. You don't have to act on instinct every single time, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Because you can always go against your instincts as well, right?
Yeah. Okay. Never mind. Then forget what I said. You can operate it. You tell me when it triggers.
Okay. Sure.
It makes logical sense. What you've said makes total sense.
Yeah.
So, fictionally, yeah, for sure.
So, but if you wanted to do scout for dangers right now, you could. Is what I'm saying.
Okay. No, I think it's more for when we go down the hole. Basically, every new area, I'd have to remember to make sure to.
Well, I'm saying this would almost be considered new because you haven't been here for 2 days. Things have changed, right?
But how overconfident are we feeling?
Yeah. So it's totally up to you. It's totally how your character would feel and that kind of stuff, right? It's totally up to you. Otherwise, Arundel, we can just look at your scout test. What do you want to do? But what do you want to do?
It's up to you, Paolo.
No, go ahead with that scout test. I think we're fine, really.
Okay. This will be a Ob 5 test for you.
Oh my god. Ob 5.
You're looking for a tiny object in a known location.
Yeah, of course.
Light isn't a factor, so it's 5.
Gilly says, Arundel, just hold on. We haven't been here for 2 days. There've been goblins here, there've been kobolds here. We need to tread carefully. We need to check for traps, and we need to be very aware of what we're doing. And Gilly's helping with trap-wise.
I guess Deckard just goes, look, you're messing. You're all covering each other's tracks. Look, you take that side, and I'll take this side, and then when we divide the work, we cover more grounds. See?
That's right. We have to work together. It's only by working together that we become formidable. Christ holds up his torch.
Yeah.
Mechanically, I
you
can't
help, right? No.
I literally do not have the skills to help, but I have a torch, and that's helpful, if not help.
Well, yeah, you're reducing the obstacle. So here, I have a question. I have a question for you guys. So, you guys don't have enough light to help everybody, right? So, some of the people helping you will be helping in dim light, which actually increases the factors to the test. What's the best way to adjudicate that?
Maybe
Either someone else has to light a torch, which I would make sense, and then there's enough regular light for everybody. Otherwise,
Can you snuff a torch and then light it again? As in.
Yeah, how many rounds does it
We
have?
use-
Guessing doesn't really matter because there's 4 of us and we're gonna need it
right?
anyway for everything we do. Gilly lights a torch, whatever.
Are you sure? Because I could just grab a candle, and then if you stick close, then I light myself, and then you join in the other light.
That will work.
Is it-
Yeah, right.
A torch lights for 2, right?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Grice is very definitely standing behind Arundel. If you look at him, you notice that he's not as confident as he was, even though he's got the rhetoric, like he's talking a good talk. He's still shaken, right?
All right, no, let's forget about the candle. Gilly lights a torch. It makes more sense.
Okay, then you guys have enough light for the rest of it.
Okay. So everyone's helping. So 3.
No, I can't help.
Isn't that?
Oh, sorry, that was it. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, 2. Okay. Yeah.
And once
Well,
again, this is Ob 5.
Oh, 5. Wow, I'm sure we're gonna pass this. What? Oh. So
How fatey do you feel?
I feel very fatey.
All right, you have two extra dice for fate. See if you can boost it.
We need a check,
Very unlikely.
guys. We need a check.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Hint.
No, re-roll that. You didn't actually roll the dice right. You have
Yeah.
a space.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, just
Yeah, that doesn't
Oh,
count.
did I-
That doesn't
what
count.
did I
You just rolled 2 and you got a 2.
slash roll.
Oh, I forgot. Sorry, I forgot the slash. Oh,
And
sorry.
add an exclamation mark at the end to make it exploding.
And also, I don't think rolling. I think it's just roll. Slash roll.
Yeah.
Now, the problem is you rolled 2 space d6. You need 2d6 in one go.
Yeah.
Then greater than 4 exclamation mark.
There we go.
There we go. 2 successes.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
And it's the exploding die that did it.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
So, boy, yeah, you in this room, like nestled deep in a corner, you never would have saw it except for your elven eyes.
Tell me
Glimmering signet ring. The signet ring belonging to I think they're Tarkanians. I think that's what their name was.
It's like so guys, how did this end up here in this dark corner? Anyone
you
know?
picked it up, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
thought
just
Deckard picked it up.
Deckard?
Deckard just looked.
Arundel picked it up.
I'm not so sure about that. Anyway, we found it. I think Arundel puts it on his finger for now. Oh no. I'm always afraid of cursed stuff, but ring.
Is it cursed?
No.
Eric, is it
I don't think so.
cursed?
Don't believe him. He's mind controlled now.
No, it's totally fine. It's a signet ring. It belongs to the no, it's the Hukrel family, merchants.
How do you spell that?
Hucrele.
Wait, Hucr?
ELE.
ELE.
Okay, yep.
Echo Lima
Okay.
Echo. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
No problem. Yeah. So you guys find it.
Let's head on.
Let me just
Go to the master
knock
pit.
down the turn order stuff, the grind and light. So it was Gilly with the other torch, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, and you guys are gonna go down down the stairs to the where you guys burned those 2 saplings.
That's right.
Mhm.
Sure. Nothing bad's gonna happen when you do that.
Just from my memory, it was a circular room. There was sort of a place, treasure chest, two saplings. Those were burned. But that pit, was there a staircase sort of winding down?
I was going
or
to.
was it something we did,
Yeah, I'll reread you the room description. A circular shaft pierces the floor of this 40-foot diameter domed chamber. Dim violet light shines out of the shaft, revealing a sickly white and gray vines coating the shaft's walls. The light from the shaft is supplemented by four now lit wall torches, equidistant around this chamber. And there was like a crudely fashioned throne next that was flanked by those two plants. That's still there. The chest isn't there anymore. If you remember, the chest was dragged out of this room by you guys. That's about it. And I need to actually bring this over.
Okay. How well do we trust those vines? Because that does not look sturdy to me. I'm thinking we need a good, steady, good set of rope somewhere.
Grice, what do
It's
you
advisable.
think? You're a plant expert.
All right. What the hell? I examine the vines closely. What do I know of these vines? Will they hold a weight?
No.
It's a
They
plant master test.
No, these vines are they're far too weak for that. They grow off the violet light of the fungus, and like bioluminescent algae stuff that grows in this tunnel in this dampness. It's far too weak to hold anyone.
Okay, so Grice says, only a fool would trust a vine that grows underground. We need rope.
I think Gilly steps up. He's like, "You mean this?
Yes.
There you go."
Is it
He
like
hands you
proper rope or a halfling rope?
I'm not...
rope.
You want me to tie off the rope? I'm better with wood. This is someone else's... Okay. All right, I'll try. So there's... What's somewhere heavy to tie this off? Like somewhere secure? What can I see? There's that...
Deckard. That's easy. That's easy, guys. It's easy. We don't need Eric for this.
What?
He opens up his backpack. He takes out 6 iron spikes. And he says, Deckard, why don't you drive these somewhere in the floor? Use your shield and bash him in or whatever. I mean, I don't have a hammer.
So
That'd be
while
easy.
you're all talking about this, Decker just goes, "Okay, I like your style, improvising, just being proactive. But how about we just use my grappling hook?"
Well, that
We're so
works.
well equipped for this.
How long have you had that?
Oh, the entire time, except this was just funny to watch. So, I think, God, how do you even attach? Is this literally something we could just, stick into the ground here, steady and sturdy?
Yeah, you could latch the grappling hook to some of the stones and vines and stuff. It would work.
Okay, so just
It's enough to be a factor for this test. Yeah, I would totally right. It's enough to help you.
okay. So, hammer in, throw the rope down. It goes like, okay, give me them spikes.
Right.
And
There's 6 of them.
I
What do you
think
mean?
I think Dickert just goes, "Look, I'll follow. I'll lead. I'll hammer these things in. You follow where I go. Just pay close attention, you two." Pointing to Gilly and Arendelle. And he goes down. So I guess that is Dungeoneer, I'm assuming?
Yeah, it's definitely Dungeoneering. The Dungeoneering for this test, this is a pretty easy obstacle.
Are
This
we
would
all
be.
going, or
I'm sorry, what?
are we all going at once?
It sounds like
What
just
do you wanna
Deckard.
do?
What I think we do need to.
Bryce follows shortly afterwards.
Yeah.
There we go.
That's a good statement.
Yeah. I'm like trying to follow, like putting my feet where you're putting them, like clinging onto the rope for dear life. He's kind of fucking terrified as he's
Okay.
slipping down this road.
Yeah, for a
sad
group
like this.
for a group to go down this, while keeping your torches, and your backpacks, everything like that. This might be a little bit of a tricky test. I want to just look at the factors
Did
real
we
quick
see
to
how
see if
deep
it's
it
different.
was? Just sorry, like dialing back a bit. Could we see that from the top?
It's
and it said there was a
deeper.
lilac. Was it lilac
Yeah.
light?
Yeah.
Violet light. Something like that.
It's certainly deeper than like the ledge that you originally came in on, by a considerable amount, maybe like 1.5 times that. So it's probably like this is probably somewhere around 15 meters or 20 meters. Like it's a pretty long way down, but it's also a little bit more secure and less risky in terms of that regard. It's just longer.
You'd
Things
still
to
break your neck if you fell, but like you're less likely to fall.
yeah.
Yeah.
3.
Good thing none of us are injured, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna go well.
4.
How about those checks, right?
There we go. Just 3 people going down and suddenly.
That's one way
Yeah.
of doing it.
This is probably like an ob 5 because of the factor you also have your backpacks and everything like that, your gear. So I
Ob
think
5, okay.
5 Dungeoneer.
I don't have a backpack, by the way.
Yeah,
I
but
have
this is a
satchel, but still counts.
Mine's half full.
it's still a backpack. It's still heavier than just you.
Actually, yeah, a backpack is a factor for Dungeoneer, but satchel isn't. According to the character sheet.
So then maybe it's not a factor just for this test then. Maybe it's just op 4 then. Because you're the person rolling it, right? See, how does that work? How do factors for other people and helping work?
They don't.
They don't come in? Okay.
You
That's
just add to the difficulty because it's more people doing it.
okay. Yeah.
like,
All right, then that is factor. It gets rolled into
based on
that.
How
Yeah.
good they are at doing it.
Okay,
Like,
then.
or I screw
Yeah.
that shit up.
That sounds right. Never mind. So it's 4.
Okay, perfect.
Don't worry, nothing bad will happen going down here. You're fine.
Now, let's take a quick index of what's going on here. I have Dungeoneer 4, so that's 4 dice to begin with. My nature is delving, so I think I can use my nature in this, but I don't know.
You definitely could. That definitely
Right,
seems
well,
reasonable.
Let me see, because that added... Oh, sorry, yeah.
I mean, for one, Gilly is just gonna climb down this ladder like this rope like a pro, like holding the torch in one hand and just flinging his legs around the other one and just gliding down, and then just sort of tell Arundel how to do what, because he feels that Arendel's head is quite shaky and he doesn't quite know. So he's going to use his criminal skills to help this group action.
Just like all the second story jobs you've ever pulled, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, and third story jobs and the one time with the church tower. And,
Yep.
Okay, let's see. I believe... Did I still need to spend a persona to use nature in this case? It faded away a little bit. I do, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But it just doesn't tax it. That was it.
If this is within your nature, then it doesn't tax it.
Because it's up for... Yeah, I definitely don't want Arundel to die, so I'm going to add my persona. Let's see. And I have a trait born of earth and stone. I don't know how far we can get that for scaling a stone wall. I think...
does
I
not
could-
work against you, Deckard. I have a feeling that something like this would work against you.
you're not heavy like a stone.
There's a distinct,
You know
there's like a
that.
distinct feeling to me that you're a loner and you're born of earth and stone, and that the thing, two things might
I'm-
balance each other out in some way. I don't know.
We need
No, but
John
I
Shack.
know. Guys, hold up. I'm on this.
Okay.
I'm on this. Let me finish for once, for crying out loud.
I don't want to die.
I'm going to use it against me, though. No, because basically, what I was thinking is Deckard's climbing down, just hammering these things in, and while he sort of starts guiding everyone, like, okay, make sure you look for these kinds of ledges, and look at this one, there's a little bit of moss on there, and he's just sort of explaining this, and just unconsciously, he doesn't even know it, his voice sort of takes on, like, aspects of his father's voice, and mind flitting away to him as a little kid, and his father just going like, "Oh, look, kid, grab up there," and he's just sort of hardly even paying attention anymore, sort of lost in thought and climbing down just as naturally as a monkey in a tree. It's dwarf on a rock ledge climbing down.
And I think like you're climbing like a pro, but halfway through like your recollections of this great time with your father, learning to climb and learning underground stuff, Grice like slides into you and he's like, help me, I'm slipping, Decker, help me. And you can tell that like he is slipping and he's making things worse because he's afraid. Like he's afraid he's going to fall to his death here.
Mm-hmm. Excellent.
Gilly, where's this next step?
No, don't worry. Feel my hand and then just follow it down, and you'll be good. It's okay.
Armor's not a factor in climbing tests, right? Like backpacks would be.
Oh dear.
Just want to make sure, but I'm pretty sure they're not. I'm pretty sure you're fine.
Armor?
We haven't done that. I think that's only for stealthy stuff.
I think armor is a factor for.
Oh, it's anything.
Exhaustion.
It's just recovering from exhaustion.
For fatigue, yeah.
Okay, never mind. You're good. All right.
Also,
Yep. So it's still 4.
Level 2, Dwarf Adventurer.
Yeah. Don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wearing a backpack counts as a
All right.
factor in fighter and dungeoneer tests.
Yeah. Well, but he's not wearing a backpack. He's wearing a satchel. He's Indiana Jones.
Exactly. Okay. So we're throwing Dungeoneer, stat roll Dungeoneer.
Yeah, and
Now,
you get an extra die for the grappling hook you use.
Extra die, so that's 1 for the grappling hook. I spent a persona to use my nature, so that's 4 extra. That's 5.
And it's within your nature, so it doesn't get taxed.
So it doesn't get taxed. I'm using the Born of Earth and Stone against me, so that is now 4. I'm
Gillies,
getting help
5.
from Gillies. That's 5. Is there anything we're forgetting?
That's it. Makes it 9 dice for an Ob 5 test.
We're gonna be fine. Okay, in that case, what was the ob? That was 5, right? 4. No, 4.
What is Grice and Gilly doing with their torches?
And Gilly is holding it.
You're holding it while you're going down. Okay, all right. That's cool.
I think
I
Grice,
guess
Grice was holding it, and then like he couldn't hold it, and he tried to put it in his mouth, and it like started to wobble, and then he grabs it with his hand, and then like his other hand starts slipping, and he just drops it.
Yeah,
I think he just drops his torch, and it falls to the bottom.
because I don't know how you can. It's like climbing with one hand's pretty hard. All right.
Yeah.
No, it's not climbing.
Oh man. All right.
A
Cool.
pro like
We're climbing up, right? We're going down. It's sliding down.
I will tell you. I'll tell you what you see and everything at the bottom, and where the torch illuminates once we finish this test.
Okay, ob 4, if I recall.
Yes, that's right.
So... What?
Wow, that's really good.
Whoa, 5
Oh my God! You rolled 5 1s. You could spend a fate though. You could totally spend a fate.
let's go.
Yahtzee?
You want to spend a fate?
5 ones.
Yeah.
What chance do we have? Well,
Help
we
us,
need,
Decker,
we need-
we're only...
Look, you only need 2 successes. I've done this before. You've done this before. You can do it.
Holy shit!
Go
But-
team.
Rooster in chat says the Wilhelm scream, and that's pretty apt, I think. Unless you spend a fate point here to roll those 6s to get yourself to save yourself from this.
26 over 4. I'm fating into this. Is there anything
Adam B is like, well, they're all dead. I know, that's what I'm thinking right now. You guys spent all this time in town and all this preparation, and you guys just fell down a hole and died.
Is there anything I could do?
Oh my
Why
God,
do I
come
have
on.
through the place, so
Listen,
criminal?
caving is super dangerous.
Oh. Yeah,
Okay,
caving is fucking extremely dangerous. Most people die from this kind of shit. It's actually more like getting disoriented.
You don't need to do anything to or have anything to spend it. You can just spend it.
No. I was hoping there was something extra I could do. Okay, everyone, get ready to press.
God,
F
look
to
at that,
save.
everybody! Look at that shit! Look at all those red ones! That's insane. All right, do
Wait,
it.
what? Why is it not? Oh, slash roll. Okay.
I can't look.
Oh! Oh my god, bravo! Oh my god, fucking saved! Holy shit! Wow!
What happens? Like, how do
you? What does this look like? What the fuck? Is this like one of those fucking like hanging like one hand, like saving Arendelle from falling? Like, what does this look like? Oh my god!
I imagine actually it's that, like Aaron.
Holy shit!
Trying to climb down, falling for some reason, getting distracted, stumbling, falling down, and just Deckard literally just releasing one hand, trying to grab him, falling down, sort of jerking the rope. Everyone's sliding from side to side. In all fair, I think, oh god, I think he just literally just grabs, what does he have, like a spear, and just tries to jam it in the side and hold everybody back, rocks flying from the side until we're finally sort of stabilized. And I think it's literally a case of like Gilly trying to climb over backs and trying to sort of steady Arendelle again, and Grice holding steady. Just literally everyone just in panic mode, just trying to survive second to second until we're down on the floor, just literally just breathing heavily, just like, how did we survive this? I just literally...
And Arendelle just turns to Gilly and says, "Thanks. Thanks for saving me."
Oh my
Look
god!
at the halflings, right? Look at the halflings.
Oh my god! The probability of rolling a 6 times the probability of rolling a 6 times the probability of rolling a 6. So like 216, right? 36, whatever 36 times 6 is. Holy shit!
Yeah.
Wow.
That's 216. Yeah.
No, you actually got 4 successes though. So it's even it's higher than that. The probability of getting 4 successes on 4 dice.
1296.
No, the probability of getting 3 6s in a row. So that'd be 1 out of 216. Then times a probability of 1/2, I guess, right? So it'd be 4 something. 432. Yeah. Adam, I should have just looked at chat because we have our own math squad. Admin B 4 plus on the last one is 1 out of 432. Yeah, so that's right. Holy shit!
Wow.
Oh my god!
Thanks, Paolo.
That was
fucking easy,
was so
easy.
lucky.
All in a day's work. Oh.
The thing is that the characters themselves don't even know that they escaped death, right? Because this just
Christ does.
Yeah, but I don't think it even goes wrong. We had 6 successes. Right? Not like we had 2 successes and then 4 more. It's 6 in total.
Nah.
I know. I like the mechanic of saying we have 2, something wrong, and we save it out of nowhere.
I think
this would have been. I was thinking if this rope would have broke, you guys would have basically fallen here, and everybody would have gotten the injured condition, and then Arendelle probably would have died. And that would have been just where we started.
Yeah,
that would have been the possible. That's like the consequence on the table there because you just fell like 60 feet. And you fell. And now I describe where you guys actually end up falling into. So once again, you guys fall into the luminescent fungus clings to the walls and ceilings, shedding violet light. The air is very damp and chilly, and redolent, and it's very what is that? I don't know what redolent means. The air is
it's everywhere. It's prevalent. It's
pervasive.
You with
the air is damp and chilly and redolent with the odors of loam and decay. A layer of earth mixed with rotting vegetation and the remains of cave animals covers the floor of this very wide cavern. So this is like a very like natural looking area that you kind of just fell into. It's like a natural kind of cave. So like stalactites, stalagmites kind of stuff. And then like just kind of like this mound of essentially underdark compost is probably the best way of describing it. Several varieties of mushrooms and fungus grow on this detritus, as well as a few saplings. 2 gaunt, cloaked figures are shoveling and turning this earth.
2 basically underdark farmers are standing there, just everyone just cave in, people falling down there to go.
They You guys land. You guys kind of like gently land into the top of this compost. It's all like squishy and mushy.
Did my torch go out?
Yeah, your torch went out. Yeah, the one that you dropped is out. Gilly, you still have your torch.
Yeah.
No, actually, it just goes out now. Because this would be the dungeon. So after the scout test, this is the dungeoneer test. So it's 2. Your torch goes out now.
Light another one.
Yeah. Right now, everybody has dim light because of the violet fungus. Just to give you guys an idea of what's going on here. That's why you can see down here in the dark, somewhat. Yeah.
I'm gonna light
And
in any case.
okay. I'll throw you on another torch. Gilly torch. You light up another torch. Do you have a tinder box? By the way,
I do.
No.
I do.
Do
as
I
well.
need one?
to light a torch.
I can
do
help.
it in, like quickly.
I did not know.
Yeah, to light one torch. Okay. So you guys scramble on top of your feet to get yourself a bearing and surroundings. And yeah, there's a couple saplings down here. They're not the ones like you saw upstairs. These are saplings about the size of Gilly. And they
I
start.
think we're the ones upstairs. I thought they were pretty big, but
Nah, yeah, but they're not as big as these ones. Those were not sentient, right? Those ones weren't sapient, right? Like they didn't have these ones. These ones you see start walking to you, like on top, like skittering, like you see their roots kind of clambering over the mushrooms as they come at you. They look like really, really, really dried, dead, sickly trees. Like they don't have any leaves on them. There's a mouth and like eyes kind of like notched in the middle of their bodies as like their branches all kind of like bristle, and you see razor sharp like thorns coming off of them of these like kind of like shrubs or demented, disturbed tree saplings scurry at you guys. The cloaked figures are almost expressionless. They stop their shoveling when you guys fall. You see You see coal. You can't see through the veil of their masks or through their hoods, but you see like fiery red, like smoldering coal eye sockets like light up, and they grab their shovels and come at you guys. What do you do?
Bryce, what's that?
Arendelle grabs his bow and steps forward because of his instinct.
Deckard also turns to Grace like, "What? Is everything okay? Did you get hurt? Did you what?"
Price is freaking the fuck out at this point. I think he's desperately like opening his pack and he's searching through it to find his other torches. So please, Gilly, I need the fire.
Oh, here, take the torch. It's fine.
No, I need more. We need more fire.
Well, just light another torch. Here, just
False
grab the one.
plantings must be burnt. And
Do we need to burn those?
Yes.
All right.
I don't know if you know about compost, but lots of fire on top of compost might not be good. How about we move?
Well,
more...
it's yeah. I mean, technically, like you guys are underground and it's damp, so like it's kind of like lighting a fire on top of like wet things. It's really hard to do, but otherwise, yeah. If you were like outside in the summer, yeah, the shit would be on fire super fast, right? It's compost.
So we need to burn those things, right? That's the way to deal with them, guys.
Redwood 2610, false plantings must be burned, the ashes scattered, and the earth salted.
So
Okay.
if I'm following along, then you guys just lit 2 torches, but now Grace has one.
Yeah, I lit one of Grice's. Gilly walks up with the torch and he swings it at one of the sapling things.
What could go wrong?
No, okay, we're gonna fight.
Yeah.
All right, this will be a fight conflict.
There's no...
I'm sorry, guys. I'm adventurous and stuff.
It's fine. It's fine. I was ready. I mean, I was ready for it. So,
I mean, I feel like maybe I could have given hints about maybe what's down here, and maybe this is kind of unfair. But you also didn't ask.
Like,
I don't know what's
So
there.
you also didn't ask what we see in this underneath this pit and stuff like that. So
yeah, Grice was either gonna run back like up the rope or burn them. You know, like there's no other option. Nothing else matters. Like this is as visceral and as important to him as anything is.
Okay. So the compost combat. PC
I
side.
like it.
After a break, maybe.
We get disposition.
Let's
up
do
and then-
disposition, then do break, because we went a little bit later with our first hour, so we have a little bit of extra time to play
Yeah.
with.
Okay.
So PCs, and this would be I just call them enemies. I call them stewards. I guess would be what I do for now. They are the compost people, the twigs, and the. I like this. I really like that you guys got into the spirit, especially Alex. Again, the spirit of this is a tree kind of nature thing, and it's a good twist to this game, because this is like these are some fucking like weird underdark fucking growing place. That's perfect.
Like, I had no idea that you'd planned all of this.
Yeah. So yep. So this is there's 2 saplings, or blights is another way of looking at them. They're blights. And 2 skeletons. That's what this group consists of.
Lights?
Blights. Yeah.
Skeletons.
Did we just go down into Blighttown?
And there are 2 skeletons. That's why you can't see what they are. But I'm letting you guys as players know that. But as characters, you don't. So this way, if you wanted to describe something of like, I knock back their hood, you see the skull or whatever, right? Like, you could totally do that stuff. But yeah, they're inanimate people just shoveling and turning over the compost. Are animated. So okay, so let's look over conflicts. So we're doing a conflict here. What's on the table is killing.
Yeah.
This is a kill conflict. These guys, you're dealing with things that aren't people. Like, this is what they do.
We ain't driving them off. Grice is killing.
One's imbued
okay.
with vile magics. Well, actually, they're all imbued with vile
Or
magics of the
riddles,
Undertree.
really?
So,
What, no more riddles? I can tell them riddles, but I'll do it.
so
on
yeah.
the
So
last
this would be
one.
fighter and health, but obviously though, these things will be rolling with nature. So, got that going for
Who's
me.
the captain here?
It's a good question.
Should be Deckard, I think.
Could be Deckard, yeah.
Makes sense. I mean, I'd imagine basically Deckard's like, dropping a flail and, letting that flail over from one hand, getting a shield in the other, and just
How much does Deckard have?
just pure fighter 3.
Yeah, and health.
Health 5, I believe.
Oh yeah, because Arendelle has 3 and 4.
Yeah, mechanically, I think Deckard is like the fightiest. Slightly.
Go ahead.
Also, just so you
Okay.
guys know, the order of might of these guys is 2. So
Sweet.
you can keep that in
And
mind
we
when we're
get,
doing everything.
Get initial success.
Yeah, so you guys will get an additional success because you guys are order of might 3.
Let's see. So that is.
Wait a second.
Does that apply to disposition as well? Or
You
yes,
have to look that.
Never remember.
I don't
I
remember
don't
either.
think so.
Here's something weird. Why aren't
Right.
skeletons listed in the denizens in the back of this book? I could have sworn they are. Do I have to go?
Oh, they. Yeah.
Oh,
they
that's fine.
were in the
Okay.
book.
Oh, they're in the dread. I have to go look up Skoganby to grab them.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think
that's
that's
why I
Skoganby.
thought they were in here. All right, that's fine. Okay, well, let's calculate your guys' disposition, then I'll do the stuff during the break. And once, not a big deal.
3D. Oh wait, it wasn't
Um,
3D6, was it?
Okay.
Wait.
No.
So-
That's the wrong. Sorry, forgot
Would
the successes.
We're helping as well. Don't roll anything yet.
So here's what I need to know from you guys first, okay? Who's the captain of this conflict? Who's the leader of your guys' group for this fighting conflict?
That'd be
Deck.
Deckard.
Deckard. Okay, cool.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, let me just do this regularly. So that is a fighter thing to roll. So everybody's helping out.
Rice isn't.
Grice is not.
Grice-
He's
oh.
like, he's fumbling with a torch and like saying stuff, and you can't really tell whether he's gonna run or piss himself or what. But like, he's not helpful. Like, he's not an impressive part of this initial bit of conflict, at least.
So it's 2 dice, I think.
Yeah, just you helping and Arendelle helping, I'm assuming. Perfect. That is 2 extra dice. Don't think I can do anything extra, so let's go for it.
Holy shit! Why didn't you say this? Why didn't you make your compost traumatic stress? Why didn't you make that joke? That's so good. Oh, all right.
I figured that one's especially for chat.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's the name of this episode, Compost Traumatic Stress Disorder. Thank you.
You're welcome. With 3 successes and 5 health, that means we have 8 disposition.
Did you add everyone else's dispositions to this?
Let me see. I'm right.
Did
Hold
everything,
on.
yeah. It's 8.
Yeah, we did everything, right? Yeah.
So the total
We
is
have
8. Okay.
So everyone gets 2.
That's,
Awesome.
2.
Okay, cool. All right, then. So now we're at 8. So let's go to our first break, and I'll bring up the disposition for the skeletons and blights. I'll set that up over the break, and then we'll come back and start doing our conflicts and see what's going to happen with our kill conflict. Yeah! Killing is really dangerous in Torchbearer, so we're going to see this. All right, so we'll be back in 5 minutes, everybody. Thank you so much.